Alright, let's take a look at some more Black Series by Hasbro. This is the fifth brother Inquisitor from the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus TV series. Here's the side art, which looks pretty cool. And on the back side, we have the figure along with a read-up that you can go ahead and pause if you wish to read it. Alright, so the fifth brother made an appearance in Star Wars Rebels, and then he made his first live-action appearance here in Obi-Wan Kenobi. So we already knew that this guy was going to survive because he makes an appearance in Rebels, which takes place after the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So this is our only fifth brother figure out right now. They've never made the Rebels version, which I hope they do, because I really like the Grand Inquisitor design in Rebels. A lot of people do, more than the live action. That was a big controversial thing. But what I really want to do is build the Inquisitors here, and it would be really dope to get the Grand Inquisitor, get the fifth brother, get Reva, get all the Inquisitors all next to each other, all, teamed up. It's like a team you're building. So really excited for that. That would be the live action, of course, team, and hopefully we will get some of the Rebels versions. I think I think they're leaving money on the table by not making any of those Rebels figures or anything Clone Wars for that matter. I mean, anyways, so this figure looks pretty damn good. I like it. I don't know if I like it for 25 bucks, but that is the new retail price. And all you're getting is the figure and his lightsaber. So we got the dual wield. We all know what the Inquisitor lightsabers look like now. So we got the dual wield blades, and these do remove, of course, although they're pretty hard. Make sure you don't want to snap that peg, but you get the hilt with the big old peg here because the way they attach them is on the back. We got that peg hole on the back where you can holster it right there. So that's pretty cool. I like that, but this is all you're gonna get, and I hate when I open a figure and it's just kind of bare bones. There's just not a lot to take out of the package, so it doesn't feel good, When I unboxed that Sergeant Stalker G.I. Joe Classified most recently, I mean, that felt great because I was just picking accessories after accessories out of that box. That thing was loaded with accessories, and that was 25 buck, figure. So here is a close-up shot at the figure, and he looks pretty good. I think the likeness is okay. It's pretty good. So I really have no complaints, to be honest. And here's the torso. Paint job wise, looks good. I like the red. I like the lights and buttons and all this and that there. Very nice. I appreciate that. I wish there was a little bit of shading in the actual, attire, but the texture is there. You can see the texture all over the figure. We got some paint there on that logo. There you go. Down to the boots here and the back side. No surprise here that Black Series is not doing double jointed elbows, so really the pinless joints they've technically always been pinless because they never do double joints. So they went with a single jointed knee and the single jointed elbows here. Unfortunately, I don't know what's gonna take for them to do articulated figures, but maybe it's not required. Honestly, I mean, these are Star Wars characters. They're not Marvel. They're not superheroes, so they're not super agile like Marvel characters are, and maybe that's just how they go about their making of toys. It's like, oh, why do you want the fifth brother to do a split or to, I don't know. But what I want to do is do simple things like get him on one knee or get him sitting down on a chair or something. You can't really do it with single joints, so you don't have to put him in a Spider-Man pose, but just to get him in a simple pose, like I want to get a Stormtrooper on one knee. I want to get them in specific poses. I don't know. There's simple poses that do require double joint elbows and knees, especially if you're wielding a weapon. We do need double jointed elbows. We do need bicep swivels, which we do not get. So it's an issue. I don't see them addressing it anytime soon, ever actually. So unfortunately, that's just how it is for Black Series. So the head does sit on it looks like it's a barbell. So I like that. It looks up, it looks down a little bit. Not really, to be honest. That could be better. Left and right, no problems there. We do get the head tilting, so that's cool. His little headpiece is cool, too. We do get some red paint there. The neck is separately articulated slightly. It doesn't really do much, but it's there. Arms will go up, and he does have these little shoulder pads that kind of get in the way, so the arm's gonna angle out like crazy. So you're not gonna get him doing any pull-ups anytime soon. They go in and out. They go out pretty far. And there is a, honestly, that's surprising. There is a butterfly joint in there. Very surprising. It helps for sure. It's not gonna do anything crazy, but it helps. Now this torso piece is an overlay over the torso mold, so technically you could cut that and remove it if you wanted to, and probably get more range out of those butterfly joints. But what's the point in doing that? The elbows are going to bend single joint. They bend a little bit further than 90 degrees, and they will swivel there. We have a swivel at the wrist with a side hinge on this hand, and then on the other hand we also do get a side hinge on that hand. No swappable hands, of course. I would have showed it to you, and there's no swappable heads. There's a torso diaphragm joint. As for the waist, there is not any waist articulation. There could have been, but there's not. So you're only going to get a diaphragm swivel at the torso. Legs will kick forward about this far, which isn't crazy, and then in and out about that far right there. Thigh swivel, we get a single jointed knee with a swivel at that knee. It only bends at a 90-degree bend. That's it. Then we get, there's no boot cut. We do get an ankle hinge and then the rocker at the ankle. And that's it. He's got some pretty big feet too. So he stands exactly at 6 inches to the top of his little dome. Next to a couple of other Black Series, pretty random figures, we have Cobb Vanth. These are recently reviewed Black Series figures. He stands about that tall. And then we have Boba Fett right here. So you can get an idea of how that looks. In terms of the Obi-Wan Disney Plus series, I'm not going to collect them all. I really only want the Inquisitors, as I mentioned earlier, to build that team. But I don't need Obi-Wan, which is pretty funny from, it's his show, but I don't really need Obi-Wan. And I don't really need another Darth Vader. I already literally have 3 Darth Vaders. They've released so many in the Black Series that I don't feel the need to get the new one. If there's anything different in that justifies $25 purchase, let me know and I'll get it. But I don't see it. I don't feel the drive. What I'm waiting for is, you already know, that finale, that season finale episode version of Darth Vader. I won't spoil it in case somebody out there is crazy enough to not have seen it yet, but in case you're out there, I won't say it. But if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If we can get that Darth Vader, I'm all for it. Give it to us, Black Series, please, and do it well. Here is another recently reviewed figure, and this is the Walgreens exclusive 187th Battalion Clone Trooper. He stands a little taller. And then I just reviewed this G.I. Joe Sergeant Stalker, so in case you want to know what a G.I. Joe scales, or what, Fifth Brother here scales next to a G.I. Joe, then there you go. And next to the new regular body mold, or normal sized body for Marvel Legends, we have Vulcan. Stands pretty tall. Alright, so it is pretty awkward to get him into somewhat of a dynamic pose or some sort of fighting pose. I don't know, the legs are a little awkward. They just don't look, I don't know. You tell me. Is it just me or what? But it looks a little funny. Anyways, that's your review of the Fifth Brother Inquisitor from the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus TV series for Black Series 6-inch scale. Overall, pretty cool. I must say, before I end the video, that peg is so gigantic. It's pretty ridiculous. When you don't have it pegged on the back and you have it being held, it's a little in the way. It's gigantic. It's in the way. You gotta work around it, to get the hand to hold the hilt. It's right in the middle of it. I don't know if there was a better way to do that. Honestly, they should have just had this as one piece without the peg, and then given us a separate hilt with the peg. So instead of the removable blades, give us a totally separate hilt only, and then these could be fixed to this one. So we could just obviously use that for the back, and we would have no giant peg on there. For $25, I think that's justifiable. So it's not too much to ask for. Anyways, that's it. Let me know your thoughts on this figure. I like it for the most part, and I think it's going to look better next to all the other Inquisitors, all the other brothers and sisters. Don't forget to hit the like button. That would be really appreciated, and also consider subscribing if you have not done so already. As always, everyone, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.